So the final game for that man right there, the face of the franchise, the captain, Nazmi Abadawi, as good a player as he is, an even better person, and we thank him for all he's done for North Carolina FC. Martinez, who has had some joy in midfield, is back on that back line at right back as some injuries making John Bradford make some changes to that back line. There's Nazmi Abadawi, ironically playing some of his best soccer. He was named to the team of the week, not this past week, but the week before after a wonderful week. And they'll drop it to Coan. Coan, another one of those players playing his best soccer. That's a pretty good ball over to Cole Frame. And Cole Frame, like Nick Holliday, has also signed a pro contract. So JT Kamara, as Andrew Tate told you, did not start the last game, but came on and had a good spell. New England will try to build it out of the back. The big man right there, Kaye, number 44. New England Revolution 2. Of course, Clint P.A., who played at Virginia. Bruce Arena, of course, started at Virginia. And now, of course, the Hall of Fame coach has done great things for New England Revolution, the MLS side.
Yeah, I was just listening to an interview from Clint P.A. in recent weeks. And, you know, he's coached at every level from youth to college to youth national teams, and now he's with a professional franchise in New England Revolution 2. And he talked about this sort of being his sweet spot where he's able to really develop players and push them on to the next levels, which I think, given his background, is a fantastic experience.
You mentioned sweet spot. Nick Holliday, just 15 years young, broke in against Chattanooga, and they actually had the lead. He had double-digit saves in his first ever game against arguably the best team in the league. He had some world-class saves, finally broke down late in that one, but he has already shown what he can do, and now he finally gets to appear here at home. It's a big night for him.
Absolutely, and a great night for it. He's a player that just doesn't seem like he gets fazed by anything.
Of course, his dad, a former standout football player for UNC in Chapel Hill, who also played tonight, and his dad still works with the UNC athletic department. Certainly understands what it takes to be a pro, and at 15 years old, it's official. Nick Holliday is indeed a pro. Over the ball is Buck. Buck's also a youngster, just 16. And you like what you saw as you scouted this game. Yeah,
just a real talent, and another player who playing with, you know, grown men and doesn't show his age at all in terms of youthful or immaturity. Real mature player, lots of confidence and ability on the ball. And look for him to have a big role today if New England Revolution 2 are going to get a result.
Held up there by Michel Costa de Silva, who's back on it again. Had that one played to him by Rivera. Rivera, who leads the team in goals and assists, wearing that 72 number. As we are just in the 4th minute, and Holliday going to take his time. Malik Mbai, saw him last night at the NC State Clemson game. Clemson, the number 2 team in the country, coming out of there with a 2-0 win. The player of the game was another North Carolina FC Academy star in George Marks. Incredible goalkeeper like Nick Holliday, big-time talent. George Marks, the goalkeeper for Clemson, part of the North Carolina FC Academy program.
Just doing a great job producing goalkeepers, right? So it'll be interesting to see who the next one is as we come down the conveyor belt here. But
they're just produced,
yeah,
in the factory.
And if only it was that simple, Dean, right? The secret sauce.
Turnover for North Carolina FC, so New England Revolution 2 back on it. New England Revolution 2 turning and off the post, the best friend of the youngster as Holliday was beat there. A big-time shot, but sometimes the post, the 12th man.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he got a hand to that. He was at full stretch. So I'd love to see a replay of that one, Dean. It looked like he may have got a tip to it, but either way, Rivera showing the talent he's got as an 18-year-old there. A real threat in front there, and he just got the ball in between the lines of midfield and defence and turned and opened his hips up. What a great effort that was.
Kamara will push it right to Frame. Frame has it knocked out of bounds by Spalding. It'll be a throw in for North Carolina FC as we are just 5 minutes in.
Yeah, here we go. He just opens his hips up, bends with the inside of his foot, and just, I'd love to see how close that was. Did he get a tip? Tough to tell from that angle, but great play from Rivera. And a little shaky start from NCFC here. Oh, great turn though.
Coan, his confidence is flying high. He gets better every game. Coan is going to square it back. JT Kamara, back heel. Nazmi Abadawi! So close, and this place would have absolutely lost it.
You don't see those go wide too often, Dean. That was sort of the sweet spot. I think you'd love to have had the initial sort of dummy from JT Kamara there. Kamara did eventually find him, and it was a good layoff on his left foot. Oof, whiskers away there, but great play from Coan there. Cleverness to break free and get to the end line. I think we're in for a good one today, Dean. Lots of attacking talent on show.
And by Jackson times it perfectly. Jackson, and it bounces a little bit too far as it'll go to Ertl in goal, as New England Revolution 2 has used a lot of different goalkeepers. Rice at times. Brad Knighton, another former player here, has appeared as well. Little drop. Good tackle by Flores. Takes it away there from Connor Presley. Nazmi Abadawi almost had one there, Andrew.
Yeah, I think there'll be further chances for him today. I think it's just one of those.
Abadawi, Coan. Abadawi making a run. Coan, shot from distance, not on frame.
Caught that well, though, coming inside in his favoured right foot. That's that confidence you talked about, Dean. But like I said, really bright start from both teams. I think the goalkeeper's going to be busy today.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. Abadawi creating the turnover. He'll drop it out to Martinez. Martinez has played the last several games in the middle of the park, but right back to that right back spot he goes, as Martinez on one side, Flores on the other. A rare non-start for Max Flick. A little bit banged up. Here's actually Max Flick is on yellow cards. Here's Coan. Coan, overlapping run coming from Flores. Flores can first time it here. He does. And it'll be a corner kick. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
And Dean, just looking at the lineups there initially before the game as the teams lined up, I think Abadawi was probably one of the second tallest players on the field, and he's taking the corner today. So I guess Britton Fisher will be the main target here, unless they've got something clever worked up their sleeves. In fact, New England Revolution came undone last week. It was a clever corner kick routine from Tormenta to the near post. So we'll be interested to see if there's something a little bit different from NCFC.
The captain, his final game, Abadawi over the ball. Jackson shows. On loan from Minnesota. Abadawi in. Kept alive by Fisher. And Coan shot. North Carolina FC heavy possession here to start this game. And by the star defender from Clemson, now in his second year with North Carolina FC, it'll return to New England Revolution 2. Kamara, Nazmi Abadawi, all of his touches have been outstanding. Here's Pearson. Pearson, all muscle in the middle of the park for North Carolina FC. And frame, one too many dribbles there. Pressure from Jackson. One back in the middle of the park there by Casa da Silva. Michel Casa da Silva. 10 minutes in, still no score. Dean Linke along with Andrew Tate. Great to be with you from WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium. Home to North Carolina FC. Of course, Clint PA knows this field well. As I mentioned, he was on the bench along with John Bradford last year with Dave Sarakin. Dave Sarakin moving to the Puerto Rico national team. John Bradford is part of the move to USL League One, and the top man for NCFC Youth Academy taking over the head coaching job. Clint PA, as I mentioned, joining Bruce Arena, who we knew from his days at Virginia. Here's Pearson, Abadawi, turnover for Abadawi. And New England Revolution 2 on the attack. Great job by the back line of North Carolina FC, Britton Fisher, who has started to really look good back there. He could be the next one, potentially, perhaps, to sign a pro contract as well. Started 3 straight back there at center back, Fisher, and looking very much like he's ready for the moment.
Yeah, another player that just, they step into these positions, these opportunities against seasoned pros, and like I said, they don't seem phased. They deliver, they play above their years, and great potential.
Turnover there. Fisher, the jinx of the broadcasters, ×2 right there. And after the turnover, it's a goal. Fisher turns it over, and walking it in for New England is Bayraktarovic. And Bayraktarovic has made it 1-0. New England Revolution 2 on top.
Yep, capitalized on the opportunity there. It's a little bit slack in possession, trying to play through the lines there out the back, and you can see he's trying to thread that pass through, but Presley reads it well, feeds it early into Bayraktarovic, and he does so well to just wriggle free here, and it's a tough one for Fisher. If he grabs hold of him and pulls him down, he's potential red card, and he just manages to squirm a shot past Holiday. And the challenge now for the Revolution, can they add to it? In recent weeks, they've gone ahead, they've had these opportunities where they've been up in games and they haven't been able to convert that into 3 points. So that will be playing on their minds. The next 10 minutes are crucial, I would say, for the Revolution 2 if they're going to get those 3 points, which they are much needed for them.
So a big goal, though, by Bayraktarovic has made it 1-0 New England Revolution 2 as we are in the 13th minute. It looked like Nazbi Abadawi on his swan song game was going to make it 1-0 for the home side, but not on frame, and the turnover from the youngster. Now Mbai runs in to a New England Revolution 2 player, and he'll get called for the foul. So a little bit of trouble building it out of the back right now for the home team. Yeah,
absolutely, Dean. You can see Revolution 2 doing a really good job of pressing, taking away those passing lanes, and when you do that, the only option is to go long, and without the likes of a Christo or a Thorne Simpson in the lineup, they don't have that presence up top that's able to hold the ball up and secure it out of the air. So it'll be interesting to see how they can combine and play through this press.
Fisher picked back up, knocked away there by Martinez. There's Nazbi Abadawi, middle of the park. Had it for a moment. And then Revolution 2, Abadawi, little tug right there. Referee plays advantage, crossed, and flag is up. Justin Renix, who spent a little bit of time here last year on loan, former Indiana star, but an offside flag is up. It'll come back to North Carolina FC.
The referee's pulled it back. You saw that a little bit. I think Abadawi's doing his best to control Michel there as he wriggled free, and the advantage there wasn't there because he's offside, so the referee's pulled it back, and much to NCFC's dismay. This is a free kick and a good opportunity. I fancy Spalding here, left foot. It was his birthday yesterday, Dean, local boy.
Speaking of birthdays, a couple days ago, Jorge Acuna, the VP of Broadcasting, celebrated a birthday. So happy birthday to Mr. Spalding and to Jorge.
I think Spalding really fancies this.
See Martinez laying down just in case they jump up, and it goes off of the wall, and it'll be a corner kick New England Revolution 2. So the 1-0 lead as we walk up to minute 16. Corner kick for New England Revolution 2. Left-footed corner. It was Fisher who found it. JT Kamara. Good little move by JT Kamara. He'll try to spring. On the far side, Martinez. Martinez slowed down. And the tackle away. It'll stay with North Carolina FC.
Referee showing some consistency there after she gave the free kick on the top of the box for New England Revolution 2 there. She was always going to give that, I think. So now an opportunity to build a little higher up the pitch here. And Kamara's shown some confidence today, Dean. I think just some of his little touches didn't come off early on, but here he is again though.
JT Kamara. You've seen the step overs. Reminds me so much of a T-Ship Pilati, Nazmi Abadawi to make it 1-1. Nazmi Abadawi, and how about North Carolina FC?
Great shots there, the boys, the little youth players in the corner really enjoying that. That's Nazmi Abadawi to a T, setting a great example, firing his team right back on level terms. And now he's giving the high fives, taking the time out for the... He's a man of the people, Dean.
He really is.
I mean, there was never in question when he got in front of the goalkeeper there that he was going to score. But Kamara, like I said, popping up, getting on the ball, showing great awareness here to try and jink it through, and it's a mistake at the back there for Kaye. He tries to flick it the outside his foot and get it away, and he just doesn't get the contact he's looking for, and it falls so kindly to Al-Badawi. And Al-Badawi, just as cool as you like, rounds the keeper, slots it home, 1-1. Was it ever in question, Dean?
Incredible. You know, Heather O'Reilly did the same thing on this field. Her last game scored a brilliant goal and had an assist. And Nazmi Abadawi had that great opportunity early. Now he's tied it, and we've got a new game here at minute 18.
If he scores a few more, Dean, we might be able to get a few more games out of him. Never know.
Yeah, I told you he's playing his best soccer, so it's one of those things, though. He's got a young child and one on the way, so deciding to change his professional path. We will miss him. Frame going the other way. We would be remiss if we didn't speak for North Carolina FC as we say that we remember and honor the thousands of lives lost on this day 20 years ago. To the families whose lives were changed forever due to this tragedy, our hearts are with you today and every day. Of course, we all remember where we were 20 years ago, and I say that on behalf of North Carolina FC.
Well said, Dean.
18 minutes in. Nazmi Abadawi. Flores will be out of bounds off New England Revolution 2, and Flores didn't like the little extra arm work there.
It's a good little battle in there, Dean. Al-Badawi and Michelle. I think you'll see those two in close proximity for most of the game today.
So not a bad script so far. Final game for Nazmi Abadawi. First home game for that man right there, Nick Holliday. And after giving up one early, Nazmi Abadawi's tied it. That's where we are, folks, 1-1. Middle of the park, one there by Fisher. Well, Fisher a little nutmeg, and then Fisher has it taken away. Fisher needs to be a little bit careful. And John Bradford not happy about something as Coan goes into the bench, and that did not look comfortable. O'Hearn, Sean O'Hearn with the throw-in. Plays it over there to Presley. And
tackle.
Yeah, Coan. Coan has added so much joy to his game. A different story. Great ball. Cole Frame is in. Oh, bad bounce. Unfortunate there, Andrew. And what's going on? I never saw the flake come up, and he didn't try to run that one down.
I think the Coan handball. Okay. One of those, it was an awkward bounce. He's trying to control, and it skips on this fantastic turf that we have here at Salem Stadium. See it again here. You see he's trying to get on his chest, and it's just skips away.
Yeah, great eyes, Andrew. That was definitely a handball, and that was the call. So Andrew Tate 2 for 2. Dean Linke 0 for 2. Here's Jackson. Mbai. Pearson. As I mentioned, I saw Malik last night over at Dale Soccer Stadium and told him that I heard that he was starting, and he was really fired up as he had not started in quite some time. He was also fired up to see his team, Clemson, #2 team in the country, really good team.
That's that pipeline, all these players coming through, looking to get to this level, and Division I college soccer, I think, gets better every year.
Well, and NC State has Luke Hilly and Will Butte playing key roles. Luke Hilly with 3 goals in his first 2 games. He's been injured since then, and the Wolfpack have missed him. He looks like a man among boys, and he's only a freshman. So college soccer still working as well, but then you also can go the route of Nick Holliday, the future. In the Revolution 2, had that early lead. Saw Abadawi tie it.
Actually, that's why I think the coaches love Britton Fisher. He's obviously could have done better with that pass out the back early on, but it hasn't affected his game, right? They're still trying to play soccer, still going to take those risks that you need to take at the higher level if you're going to be a top player, and he hasn't changed. He's coming out, and I think he's showing exactly the character I think the coaching staff knew that he had and would expect from him.
Meanwhile, Colin Verfurth with the yellow card, knocking down Jackson off the ball, and a yellow card given to Verfurth.
That's a tough spot for the captain to be in there, Dean. You've got the talent of Jackson and Coan and Frame and JT Kamara, those jinky players. You can't step away from making tackles, so tough one to be in this early in the game with a vast majority still to go.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the yellow card for the center back for Clint PA's New England Revolution 2. Flores, who's been an automatic penciled in left back pretty much all season long for John Bradford, wearing that number 6, the former number of Austin DeLuz, who we say hello to his dad. By the way, it's his 60th birthday today. And his team is 7-0 to start the season. The Wake Forest women's soccer team off to a rocking start.
Yeah, got nothing but positive things to say about Austin DeLuz and his dad as well. I mean, Tony's a great coach and been there so long, and he knows exactly what he's doing now. I mean, I expect nothing less from him and his teams. They've not been as up to his standards, I don't think, in recent years, but it's great to see them now really getting to the levels that he expects and that he works towards every year. Yeah,
off to a great start as they look to start ACC play next week. Of course, one of his former players, Aubrey Bledsoe, for the Washington Spirit, one of the best goalkeepers in the country, and perhaps a future goalkeeper for the national team. And Coan goes down, another hard tackle, and we'll see if there's another card. It'll be just a warning this time. Next one will, no, it's going to be a yellow card. So yellow card comes out, and so 2 yellows on the back line. Sean O'Hearn earns a yellow.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a yellow to come out there, but referee's trying to stamp a mark on the game. It'll be interesting to see. Like, Dean, this is for me, for the fans at home, the fans in the stadium, this game's just got a bit of everything. You know what I mean? You've got players, the New England Revolution, with everything to play to get into the playoffs. You've got these young players on the NCFC team trying to earn pro contracts and move up the chains and up the ladder. And you can see today, we've had chances. It could be 2 or 3 all at this point. And like I said to you, Dean, before the game, my prediction is 3-2 NCFC and Al-Badawi winner. We'll wait to see. If I'm going to go 3-0, that's the way I'm going to end it, I think.
That would be with an exclamation point, a full stop, and a period all together. As you are in good form, Andrew Tate. Great to have you here. As Nazbi Abadawi's got 1 already. He's going to need another one to complete the Andrew Tate story on this one, as we're tied at 1. 24th minute. Great to be with all of you. Before the game, the North Carolina FC Academy had a great little presentation with a ton of Academy players who you saw out here, and it featured Nazbi Abadawi along with Cole Frame and Nick Holliday and Fisher and the entire crew. Really nice showing around 5:15.
Yeah. Great to see these players, and they'll be in attendance now, getting to watch this fantastic spectacle here.
Bye to Kamara. Now Frame. Little give and go. Abadawi will give it back to JT Kamara. Abadawi with the cleanup. Flores is claiming he's open over on the left side. Let's see if they can switch it. They'll go through Fisher. And now they'll find Flores, who was calling for it. Flores, nice touch into space. Flores with his left. Boy, he continues to make those nice squared balls right there. No blue jersey to receive it.
Yeah, you were hoping that there was somebody just sitting there ready to receive and open their hips up. Oh, tough one. But you can see just the confidence, and I love how they've bounced back from that early goal for New England Revolution. They've not changed anything about the game. They're still building out and still playing, and it's refreshing to see.
The ties that these two teams have, Revolution, two defenders we talked about in the open. Ryan Spalding played for North Carolina FC in 2019 under Clint PA, alongside current NCFC players Nasby Abadawi and Robbie Christo, who's out injured. North Carolina FC midfielder Josh Coan and Revolution defender, hang on, here is Coan. Coan, say his name, and Coan has scored. And how about North Carolina FC with a 2-1 lead?
Great pressing from NCFC that won the ball back. Jackson turned down the pass to JT Kamara to find Josh Coan, and turned out to be a great decision as Josh Coan weaving there, looking like he was going to try and cut back on his right foot as he did earlier in the game, but there showing that he's adept on both feet, and he squirms one to the left of Ertel, and he can't get a hand on it. It finds the bottom corner, and North Carolina, I'd say, based on the last 5-10 minutes, how they've sort of grabbed the game, tough to argue against them taking the lead there.
2-1, and Andrew Tate throwing everything out there. 3-2 is very, very viable here. Pretty impressive, my man.
Rocking and rolling. It's a beautiful night at Salem Stadium. The only time I come is when it's fantastic weather. It's in my contract. And then we get the spectacle that we're getting today. So,
yeah, it's brilliant. Turnover in the back line. Jackson, who's been busy. Oh, Kamara needed to leave that for Frame. Didn't realize it there, Andrew. Frame was on. Let's see if he'll get another chance. Flores is flying. Andrew Tate, you just got back from England, and I will tell you that Josh Coan, from when you and I saw him from the first game until now, like every game, I mean, he struggled to start. I think he would even admit it, but every game, the joy has come back, and there was joy on that finish right there.
Yeah, I think last time I was here was the Christo show, but Coan, I think, bagged a couple, or at least had one that day, and you were raving about him then, Dean, so the fact you're still going on the Coan train, I think, says it all. So, no, he looks a real talent. I know the coaching staff really rated him coming into the season, and that's the thing they've got with these young players. They've got incredible belief in them, and you need to have that. Obviously, you're looking at the standings, it's grim reading, but there's a real ethos and a philosophy here that I think is so refreshing to see, and the players are really buying into it, and it shows today.
And our vocabulary is expanding with the very eloquent Andrew Tate up in the booth, which I like.
Did I say a big word, Dave?
That was a big word.
Ethos. You got ethos?
Yeah.
5 letters, yeah. I just pulled that one out yesterday.
5 letters.
It is 5, right?
It is, yeah. Felt big, though. Mbai over to Holiday. Holiday. There are times when this game has been compact, but then there have been times, Andrew, where it's been wide open.
I like the wide open.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of that from both sides, and good pressure there from Coan, and we're going to throw in back to North Carolina FC, who has taken the lead 2-1.
Well, coming from the land of compact football in England, Dean, right? I've seen so many poor games of soccer where it's like, what are we here for other than we're two teams trying to win? So for me, it's great to see two teams trying to win, but trying to do it with the idea of, look, we've got to get better, we've got to express ourselves, we've got to play, we've got to work hard, and all those things that you want from a soccer game, we're seeing today from hungry players that want to get to the next level, the highest levels and beyond.
So well said. Well done, Andrew, as New England Revolution win it back. Jackson's been really busy. Yes, he gets called for the foul, but I like his energy.
Yeah.
Oh, now a yellow card on Coan, who has what would be the game winner if the scoreline holds, but I don't suspect it is going to hold just based on how wide open it is.
Yeah, I think Jackson's a little lucky to get away with a yellow card. They had the handful of shirt around the referee's nose, which technically by the book is a yellow card. So I think Coan wasn't going to get away with it when he delayed that quick free kick. So
speaking of yellow cards, number 35 for New England Revolution 2, also has a yellow card. Of course, that's Colin Berfuth.
Dean, like I talked about before the game, I think Revolution have struggled to capitalize on those 1-0 leads. And today's another disappointing evidence of that for Coach Clint PA. And now conceding a second goal is going to test their attacking exploits.
Holiday sends it forward. Jackson does well to head it. Coan brings it back as Jackson was offside. Ambitious, and Spalding gets there before Martinez can. Here comes that transition again. Holiday way outside his line as Malik Mbai will knock it out of bounds. We throw in back to New England Revolution 2, who now trail. They have surrendered their 1-0 lead as Abadawi and Coan have given North Carolina FC a 2-1 lead. Abadawi with the foul. Two clubs battling over the Atlantic Division's final playoff spot take center stage when the USL on ESPN continues. Charlotte Independence travels north to Dillon Stadium to take on Hartford Athletic Thursday, September 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. Here at WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium, a free kick coming for New England Revolution 2, who, as I just mentioned, had a 1-0 lead. Short order, though. Nazmi Abadawi in his final game with the equalizer, and Coan, one of the bright young stars, with the second. Spread it all the way across the top of the 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 white jerseys looking for this free kick. And Holiday's got a beat on it. He elects to punch it. Wouldn't mind seeing him catch that one, Andrew, but safety first, heading around, and now Nazmi Abadawi has it.
Good numbers on the attack here in transition.
Let's see if Frame can find Coan, who was open on the right. Good close down by New England. Now JT Kamara.
Great feet.
Tremendous feet. Excellent crowd here tonight for the final game for Nazmi Abadawi and the first game in goal for Nick Holiday. Here's Flores. Flores on the run. Flores. Good idea by Flores, who's looked good as well. JT Kamara on the other side. Flores is still open. Abadawi's in. Abadawi! So close. Oh my goodness. So close for Abadawi.
He is loving it right now. Could have had a hat trick. Once again, it's Kamara just finding him. Great connection between the two players. And Abadawi whiskers away. That left post not being his friend today. I'm used to seeing it going in off the post. But today, just brushing the outside on 2 occasions today.
Andrew Tate, these two teams met back on August 5th in New England, and it was all Revolution 2. They won that game 3-0. Different story here today.
Yeah, it was very, very one-sided that day. They had full control of the game. You can see today that this game could go anyway. It could turn on a knife edge. You know, Abadawi could have had two more to add to his tally. It could be 3-1, 4-1 even. But yeah, I think Dean's just one of those. It's just great to see the players' mentality and attitudes towards the game of soccer here today, and that they're going to lay it all out there, play the right way, and try to get 3 points.
JT Kamara, great ball to Frame. Frame separation, Jackson off his head, and Coan will run it down. Coan, couple step overs. Abadawi in. Martinez, and a save there by Ertl last second.
That's the right back, Dean. The right back popping up between the lines. Incredible stuff. I think Frame there, I think he's just caught between two minds. He's thinking about shooting. He tries to get the cross away and the bounce. Look at Martinez here. Does everything right. You think he'd just get that spin off there, and he's in.
So close.
Great football, though.
Yeah. End to end, back and forth. Oof. There was a turnover out of the back that led to the first goal of the game, scored by New England Revolution 2. And Another turnover here. They can tie it. Renix, former star from Indiana, taken away there by Pearson. Pearson. Jackson's onside, but it's going to skip away and go out of bounds back to New England Revolution 2.
Great work from Pearson there. Loving his energy as a player that I've watched a couple of times here, Dean, and each time I see him, he's very honest in his effort and his work rate, especially with the attacking five in front of him. And Jackson, Kamara, Frame, Al-Badawi, and Coan, he has to do a lot of the grunt work, and I think it was his pressing that led to the second goal that got the ball back for Jackson and led to Coan slotting it home. But Pearson showing great work in the middle there.
Michelle will switch it. Minute 36. Familiar sound here. The nearby train track. It looked like it was on for North Carolina FC, but it'll come back to Spalding. New England Revolution 2, and Holiday's got a beat on it. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miolo, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Here at Wakeman Soccer Park, it's North Carolina FC 2, New England Revolution 2 with just 1. They scored first, but the home team answered, including the captain, the face of the franchise in his final game, Nazmi Al-Badawi, with a goal. Flores. Coan. Kamara will find Mbai. Frame forgot the ball. It'll be knocked out of bounds. Josh Coan and Revolution defender Ryan Spalding developed together in the Carolina Railhawks Academy in 15 and 16. We'll see those two run across each other perhaps at some point. Although Coan running the left side, so away from Spalding at the moment. And it was from that left side where Coan put it in the back of the net. Frame. You can see Spalding not going to dive in this time, as Frame has made them bite a couple times in this one.
He's a jinky, wriggly little player, just like this fella.
Kamara, that's a good ball to Coan. Coan, oh my, a rocket shot with the left from Coan, but over the crossbar.
Two great feet from Coan, hasn't he? Whether it's right foot or left foot, you can see what a threat he is off both sides. Kamara, no look pass into Coan, shifts the ball to his left foot and lets fly an absolute rocket. That's the second one I think we've seen with that left foot as well.
Yeah, JT with a little bit of Magic Johnson there, right? With a little no-look pass. That was neat.
We've seen that a few times, his connection with Al-Badawi, and really liking his performance so far today.
Presley. '39th minute.
Good foot in there from Flores.
Remember, O'Hearn's got that yellow card as well. Here's Jackson. Jackson.
That's a good look. Good idea.
One bounce, but Erdo is there.
The switch was on with Martinez and Frame, trying to overload that weak side. But you can see the cohesive play from NCFC. You know, you'd expect that probably from the Revolution 2, sitting higher, and these players looking to get in the break into the first team. But at the moment, the team that you'd be thinking is in playoff contention is NCFC.
They have the lead. And mathematically, they're not out of it. They could run the table, and who knows? As that one is dropped. New England, though, is right in the middle of it. They win this one, and not only are they in the middle of it, they could be sitting in third place after today, where all the teams are playing. We'll have more on that at halftime, as Brian Ware does such a great job on USL League One. We'll take a look around USL League One, news and notes, and check in on all the games going on tonight, as It's down the wire time here for sure. Flores back to Fisher. '41st minute.
And that's the difference, I think, in philosophy there, Dean. You've got a centre-back who's a teenager, who's made a mistake trying to play through the lines, and he's on the ball playing a 1-2 with his left back to break into midfield to carry the ball and connect with his midfielders. So refreshing and so positive to see. Who's going to get there?
Yeah, it did. Coan's ball to Kamara. Kamara, a little fake.
This kid.
Kamara always shows up when Andrew Tate is here, and as I say that, he loses it, but yeah, he is feeling it tonight.
Yeah, he's a joy to watch. Oh, wow.
No foul call, just slipping. So Frame has Jackson. Jackson, can he toe poke it? He can, as Erdo was there.
See exactly what Frame's trying to do there, and it almost came off. A little slip pass, slide rule ball between the defenders. Al-Badawi finding Frame wriggling away. And he slips it inside the centre-back there. And almost a third.
He's going to run away from Renix and come back to North Carolina FC. We're in the 42nd minute already, and we've got 3 goals here.
I don't want half-time to come, Dean. I don't know about you, but this has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going through to 90, I think.
Yeah, just go 90.
I don't think Coach Clint P.A. and the Revolution staff would be in agreement with us. I think if you're John Bradford, you're absolutely loving your team's performance, the response.
So let's stay on that. Clint P.A. at halftime, if this scoreline stays 2-1, what will be his message to his team here, Andrew?
Come on, boys. You know, you've got a great opportunity. So you can't keep saying we can jump to third and it fall on deaf ears. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little change in midfield. I think just with Pearson sitting a little deeper and then Kamara and Al-Badawi getting in behind them, the 2 banks of 4 right now I don't think is quite working. And like we talked about before the game, they'd played a 3-5-2, and like Spalding, we haven't seen him as an attacking presence going forward and down the left, apart from the first minute. Which obviously led to a goal a few minutes later. So I just don't think they're quite gelling and playing the way they would expect. I think a lot of credit has to go to NCFC for that. So we'll be interested to see how they tactically readjust.
We'll keep an eye out for that. We still have some soccer left here in the first half. And Fisher with the tackle. A big shot there from Rivera, the leading goal scorer on the team, leader in points with goals and assists. It'll be a corner kick, though, for Revolution 2.
Fisher once again getting an important tackle in there, recovering well. Barak Turovic there showing some great feet to wriggle through a couple of NCFC players, and that's the threat. It's only 2-1, Dean. I'm raving about NCFC, but the lead's only 1, and this could be very easily cancelled out.
Corner kick coming for New England Revolution 2. Left foot, headed out of there by Fisher, rising high. Frame will give a corner kick on the other side to Revs 2.
Nelson Martinez in the thick of it there as well.
The youngster Noel Buck, 16 years young, comes over and takes the corner kick. Good size on this young man and a nice left foot. With the left foot. Handled there by Frame. Frame can play it to himself. He's got the wheels to do it. It's a little bit short. Good angle from Presley. Presley now with the overlapping run. Michelle sends it back into the 18. And now finally Nick Holliday will grab the ball and perhaps work a little bit of time here. North Carolina midfielder Peter Pearson, who gets the start tonight, was college teammates with Jake Rosansky, who ended up at Maryland. They played together back in 14 and 15, and he also was a teammate with goalkeeper Joe Rice. Pearson was from 2017 to 18, as we connect the dots between these two sides. The Revs looking to tie it here before the halftime whistle, as we will get the indication of added time. Pretty free flowing into space. Frame a little bit short. They'll play it back to Ertl.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth physical is
just 1 minute.
1 minute of additional time in the first half. 1 minute.
And we're into it now, Andrew. Just 1 minute. That's how free-flowing and clean this game's been. Just 1 minute with 3 goals on the board.
Yeah, not too much to talk about in terms of nitty-gritty fouls or anything like that. I think the referee's done a good job letting it flow and calling it when she has to. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get one more chance here before half-time.
We've got 30 seconds to find that chance, and it could be from the visitors right down the middle. Wow, Andrew, you almost called your shot again, my man.
Oh, we've still got time, Dean. 2 more chances.
Dowie bumped off, as you mentioned, that battle between Nazmi and Michelle. This will come all the way to Holiday, and Holiday, with just 10 seconds remaining, should be able to ice this and give North Carolina FC the halftime lead.
I think thoroughly deserved, Dean, based on the balance of play, the chances. A really, really good first half from NCFC. You feared the worst, I think, when Revolution scored such a...
Jackson is over the ball, and we do have a sub. As coming out of the game is Rivera, coming into the game is Silva. So Manny Silva into the game. So yeah, one change. So their leading points getter Rivera will go to the bench.
That's an interesting one, Dean. He had that chance early on that I think came off the inside of the post, but other than that, he had a really, really quiet game. I know he played up front in the last game, and today he was kind of out on the left flank a little bit, trying to get involved. And Silva, I know, came off the bench in the last game and was a little bit of a handful, so he'll be a little bit of a different proposition for NCFC down this left side for Martinez to deal with.
You did a quick run through on the positive results for New England, and all of their positive results are around shutouts, right? But not as positive when they've given up some goals.
Yeah, they haven't. Every win to this point, Dean, I think has come as a result of, not conceding. So today they're going to have to break two sort of records for them, which is they've got to score 3 goals, which they've only done that on one other occasion, which was, ironically enough, back against NCFC up in New England. And they've also got to win the game having conceded.
Spalding headed out of there neatly by Mbai. Pearson had it for a second, and Pearson called for the foul, as winning it right there is the newest player out on the field, Silva, who came on here to start the second half for Revs 2. Clint PA standing up, giving some direction, as coming over for instruction is Quinones, who I don't think he started either, so he also has come on.
I think that could be back to that sort of yellow card situation,
Yeah. So a couple subs made here by Clint PA. So maybe the formation hasn't changed, but certainly the personnel has changed.
2 changes. They've only got 1 left in the pocket, Dean.
Silva. Of course, because of COVID, a few more subs.
I'm just letting you square things back up here, Dean.
48th minute.
Hopefully that's it, though.
Yeah. Although you're not batting 1,000 now, though, Andrew, like you were.
I've got money in the pocket. I'm a smart bettor.
Okay. You're not at my level. You're still way above it, so you're good. Second half underway.
So yeah, Quinones, I think, for O'Hearn at right back.
Who got the yellow, good call.
Yeah. You're not going to take the captain off on a yellow, so he's just going to have to walk that tightrope. Tread carefully.
But you're right, it's tough when you got little cheeky players like Frame and Kamara out there. That's part of the treading careful message. Here's Renix. Coveted by Bruce Arena, has struggled to make the full team as this one goes all the way across, and really lucky that it's not 2-2, as New England Revolution off to a good start, but now they've got a player down. Looks like perhaps a hamstring issue And I believe that is Michelle Costa de Silva, who has been battling with Nazmi Abadawi in the middle of the park.
I didn't see what happened there to lead to that injury. Play continued and it led to an unbelievable opportunity there. Silva showing exactly why he's off the bench and into the game to have that impact.
So our first real time stopper here, the Michelle injury. Trainer is out there, and it looks like Clint Piet is going to make a change for Michelle. He's got some players warming up quickly. Maybe not though. Maybe Michelle's going to give the wave off and a little bit of that magic spray and good to go.
The Oak City supporters in great voice at the moment. They're enjoying every moment of this Nazmi send-off.
You can hear the "Come on, you boys in blue" chant from the Oak City supporters. The Revs win it back. Can they cross it? Good work by Flores. And then Flores earns a throw-in. And Michelle back in. Boy, it looked like the way he was holding his hamstring, he was done, but he's back in there. A long ball. Look at this battle here between Frame and Spalding. Spalding uses his body and thinks he's getting fouled by Frame. Wants a whistle, and now it'll go out of bounds. And how about that? They're going to give it to North Carolina FC after all of that.
He lost his shoe as well in the process, so Ryan Spalding not too happy with that. But that's great to see that battle between two local boys. You know, here you've got Spalding, you know, in his early 20s, up against the young teenager in Frame, and a little bit more muscle on Spalding than Frame, but he's not gonna go quietly.
You got to give Frame credit because Spalding was calling for the whistle the entire time, and it ends up North Carolina FC gets the throw in. And as you said, Spalding lost his shoe.
Insult to injury.
Throw in for Martinez. JT Kamara finds Frame. Pearson read that one perfectly. Look at Jackson, the little guy, showing some fight, some spunk. Back out to Frame. Frame with Spalding on him. Frame goes right into Spalding. Frame looking for the whistle, doesn't get it. That's good defensive work there by Spalding. Ooh, and Pearson comes in there a little late.
Wow, he's done well to get away with that one, I think. Frame, though, the touches haven't just quite come off for him today. So I'll be interested to see if he can kind of get into the groove here in the second half.
53rd minute now. The final game for the face of the franchise, Nazmi Abadawi, not only on the field but in the community. He has done so much to help the growth of the sport. His story is unbelievable. At one point was told he wasn't good enough to play at Castle, which is what is now NCFC Youth, and finally worked his way into that. Then was told he wasn't good enough to go to an ACC school, so he started at Wake Tech, then walked on at NC State, left there with all ACC credentials, then was told he wasn't good enough to play MLS, and he also made that happen.
Yeah, he's great ammunition as a coach to point to somebody, you know. I think when we talk about Michael Jordan, right, I think didn't he not make his high school team, right, just down the road here?
That's right.
So I think for me, it's, you know, we all go through disappointments in life, and we don't all get to walk this path to stardom. And I think he's a credit, like we said, to the profession and to his family, and you know, he's worked for everything that he's gotten, and I think he'll continue to do that.
And here he is, Abadawi. Oh my! Nazmi Abadawi! And how about North Carolina FC?
He had to have one in front of the Oak City supporters, didn't he, Dean? He had to have one. You've got to even it up. Place your bets now on a hat-trick, Dean. You wouldn't rule it out, would you?
I would not, and I just love saying Nazmi Abadawi.
I mean, he picks the ball up here. It's a great little back heel from Coan, and he just keeps driving. Drives all the way to the edge of the box. About 22 yards out, and it's not one of his better strikes. He's probably hit two of the other ones better in the first half, and Ertel won that one back, but it's an awkward one. It's low, it's down in the corner, and it squirms under the goalkeeper, and it's 3-1 North Carolina FC. A 3-2 still on.
It is still on.
I said Albert would get the winner, right? So
yes,
technically it's still in play.
It's very much in play, because if the Revs do score, that would be the winner. So, and now remember, Michelle with that hamstring injury now will come out, as coming into the game will be Fujiwara, and wearing number 53. Of course, they have all these high numbers as part of the up and down with the MLS team.
And I wonder there, Dean, as Albadawi was driving through the midfield, if Michel's felt something there, if he couldn't quite get into that gear to close him down. Because it was all a little too easy from Albadawi, picking up in the corner of the halfway line, and he just ran through, coasted through to the edge of the box, and was able to get a shot off completely unopposed.
Nazmi Abadawi will be featured on October 9th as part of the Carolina Railhawks Throwback Night. They'll have a special ceremony for him at that game. Not tonight at this one, although his family is here, and of course extended family and friends. Part of the reason why a nice little crowd here on a Saturday night for North Carolina FC, which has a 3-1 lead. Not one, but 2 goals for the captain, number 10, Nazmi Abadawi. Jackson. Boy, Abadawi was thinking he was making the run to go get it. Oh, and let's see if they can find him here. JT Kamara. Abadawi waiting on it. Abadawi's there. Abadawi squirts it through to frame. Good idea there. So here come the Revs. New England Revolution 2. The feeder for Bruce Arena's New England team, which is, of course, made it all the way deep last year and pretty good this year as well. Go out of bounds.
I think that's good refereeing there. There was a little bit of contact between Fisher and Bajbaktarovic, but waved off. I think it wasn't quite enough there to warrant a free kick.
Martinez, good read. Heads it into space to Frame. Frame feeling the contact coming. Will lose it. Fisher first. Abadawi, what a touch by Abadawi to find Frame. Abadawi on point. I talked to Nazmi Abadawi yesterday, and of course it's very emotional for him as he's got a young child and another one on the way. Hang on to that thought. Coan cutting in. Coan squares it. And Nazmi Abadawi, I asked for his 2 best memories. Here is Flores. He'll drop it over to Coan. His first best memory was beating LA Galaxy with Landon Donovan on the field right behind us in field 2. And then his other great memory was that 2017 season where they made the playoffs and made a great run. And of course, he was a key part of it, and that kind of launched him to Cincinnati as well. So both of those sitting, but he said his biggest memory has just been the connection to the fans and the kids. And I could tell he meant that one the most.
Yeah, I think we saw in one of the segments, I think at halftime, he talked about just coming here and watching games as a kid, right? And then now the biggest thing for him was just being able to play here in his hometown, and just everything he says, Dean, you take wholeheartedly. Not that you believe anything I say, but if you hear it from Nazmi Abadawi, it's coming from the heart, and you know it's nothing but the truth.
Well, and of course, as you looked at that highlight reel, when Capono Lowe scored the first ever goal, and Capono Lowe probably the original face of the franchise, then Austin Deleuze and Nazmi Abadawi, and even Austin tipping his hat to Nazmi, saying that he's nowhere close to making the impact that Nazmi Abadawi has made, which was obviously a humble statement from Austin Deleuze. But ironically, when Lowe scored the goal, he went into the crowd, and guess who was there in the crowd in that shot? Nazmi Abadawi.
You can't write that, can you?
59th minute.
Well, you wonder, Dean, Nazmi's been in the crowd a few times. He's probably trying to rub off that secret sauce, that magic dust onto a few of the players that are in the crowd today. He's given a few high fives after his goals today.
You know it, yeah. And he did talk quite a bit yesterday about how much he's enjoying the fact that all these players are coming to him and wanting to soak it in, and he relished that, and he's going to miss that as well. But it's, as he said, time now to support his family and the next step in his career.
I know he's coaching in the academy here, so the impact's still going to be there. But, you know, for these boys that are just starting out their professional careers, the likes of Holiday and Frame, I know when Cole Frame was making his debut at the start of the season, you know, he spoke. It's like, who are you looking up to? Because it was a young side. There's a bit of a changed team as well from the last season. And there was the person they said straight away off their lips was Nazmi Al-Badawi. You know, I can't help but watch and learn from him and ask him questions.
So an injured player here, so the clock is going to stop again.
The Revolution 2 staff not happy with that challenge. There was some studs showing, and we'll see it again here. Mbai comes out, he gets the ball, but his knee is very, very high, and the studs come down. I don't think there's any malice or intent there. But it looks like he may have got caught in a quite sensitive area. Good to see him back on his feet, though.
You think about this decision to go down to League One, and then the commitment from Nazmi Abadawi to give it a goal, and now, as I mentioned, that second child. But I did pose to him, I said, hey, Charlotte's not that far. If they see you playing the way I see you playing, they may give you a call. Would that change your mind? And he just laughed it off. I didn't get a comment on it, but I felt like it was worth asking about, right?
Yeah. If I get a call from Charlotte as well, Dina, you know. No, it's a tough one. You know, I hope everything, all the decisions he's made, I feel like if Nazmi Al-Badawi's made the decision he's made, then he's pretty made up in his mind what he's doing and why he's doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never know, do you, Dean, right?
No, I mean, I'm still waiting for Heather O'Reilly to come back after she has her second child. That could happen.
Yeah.
And I always beg Austin Deleuze to come back. I don't think that's going to happen, by the way.
We'll just tell him I'll be here for his retirement game. Because I was here for his last one, and that ended in a win. So I think we should just have retirement games each week.
There you go. Lennox squares it. Pearson gets back, and Mbai with the clearance. 62nd minute.
Oh, my word. What a touch.
Coan flying down, will drop it. Jackson is offside. You knew it, Andrew. And he missed it anyway, but the flag is up.
Yeah, Coan. I don't think Jackson was expecting the pass that early. He was definitely a good yard or two offside there from my vantage point. But what a touch from Coan here to get past the first tackle, and then he just drives forward. And I think he saw that he had another 30, 40 yards to go before he went to goal and tried to release Jackson.
Abadawi dropped it to Kamara. JT Kamara's shot deflected away. Flint PA's gone deep to his bench here as Mbai comes in hard. Quick restart here for Revs 2, down 3-1. Revs 2 just outside the 18. They bring it back. A shot from distance, and Holiday had that one read. It's not on frame, but cranked there from way downtown by Buck.
And you can sort of see the pattern of the game developing here. I think, Dean, the Revolution 2 are going to have to flood bodies forward here to try and get back in the game and get back on level terms. And that's just going to open things up on the counter-attack for NCFC, and those players like Frame and Jackson and Kamara and Coan as well. It's going to be a real counter-attacking sort of style to try and clinch this 3 points here and get a fourth.
Good idea by Jackson, but a little bit too far along. United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. Minute 64, 3 for North Carolina FC, just 1 for Revs 2.
Great tackle from Flores there.
JT Kamara wide open, just like Andrew Tate said it would be, with Kamara and Jackson up top. Frame's going to join the party. Kamara, a couple step overs. Kamara creates his own space. JT Kamara, and how about North Carolina FC? They lead it 4-1.
I've got to say, Dean, from start to finish, what a goal. From Flores, really patient defending, breaking up, winning the ball, connecting a pass into Coan, who then slides it through 2 players, and it's a fantastic pass to Kamara, who just takes his time, draws the defender in, a couple of step overs, shifts onto his left foot, and just drives it across the corner, and it's inch perfect off the post and in. And there goes my 3-2, Dean. I can't say I'm disappointed, because it's been an unbelievable spectacle. Now we've got a couple of changes coming for North Carolina FC, and if it's one of those players, you're on the field coming off now, Dean, you're going to be really disappointed, because I think you've enjoyed every minute of this game so far.
That's so well said. Simpson coming into the game, as is Arriaga, who has been out for quite some time with injuries. So Jackson coming out. I thought Jackson was really solid, and JT Kamara also coming out after scoring the goal. Those 2 youngsters, yeah, you're right, they don't want to come out.
Oh, but good young pros. They're not throwing their toys out of the pram, you know. They're taking it like good pros. They're putting a real shift. So now Arriaga will come in and add another body, a little bit more defensive-minded in that midfield. And then Simpson will allow him to be a little bit more of a presence and hold the ball. But if you're coming off the field now, on the field at 4-1, you're licking your lips right now.
Yes, it'd be a good opportunity for Simpson to get one. Simpson here on it. Simpson turning, but right to Erdo, who has picked 4 out of the net. It's 4-1 North Carolina FC. Pearson comes a little bit late. That's a rough tackle there from Flores, and that might draw a card. It does. He left his feet right there, and kind of an easy decision, and he knows it.
Yeah. He left his feet a minute ago, and it's a fantastic tackle. So he's now just going to be a little bit smart. You don't want to make any rash decisions now. But this is a tough one now for the Revolution. You're down 4-1. Could get ugly if you try and throw too many bodies forward, but it's tough. Yeah, and there's the challenge there. I mean, he wasn't arguing with it. He knew.
Yeah, he was nowhere near the ball, but Flores has had not just a great game, but a really good season. He has just been a solid citizen at left back for Coach Bradford. Steady, consistent.
Yeah, I think if they find another player, and I'm thinking about signing him, his name's Nelson, I think they'll be pretty nailed on that they'll sign him, because both Flores and Martinez have been just so steady. You know what you're getting, and they're good on the ball, and Flores has been good going forward. He's been good defensively in the second half too.
He really has. Oh, little foul there from Mbai, and so this will be a dangerous free kick for Revs 2 as we walk you up to minute 68 with a 4-1 lead for North Carolina FC. What a special night. The retirement of Nazmi Abadawi, who has not one but 2 goals in his final game, and Nick Holliday, who is directing traffic, 15 years young, signed a professional contract a couple weeks ago and makes his home debut for the pro side here in USL League One in North Carolina FC. And also this week, Cole Frame made it official by also signing a pro contract.
They'll hoping to fill the shoes of Nazmi Al-Badawi, go on to some great things and help their hometown club.
Spalding with his left foot, and Holliday with a late reaction, but good enough for the acrobatic goalkeeper and youngster Holliday with the save.
On cue, right? I thought the way it cannoned, I thought it hit the post. But yeah, based on the reaction, he was getting all the high fives, and usually hits the post, you don't thank the goalkeeper, so. He was so late, I didn't think he'd seen it, but.
I don't think he did either. Yeah.
He just squirmed his legs and did the business. It was a great save. So crucial as well. I mean, to give up one there would set us back a long way there for NCFC.
Looked like Coan was off to the races again. Oh, yes, with the interception, but now framed right back to number 44, Simpson. You know, John Bradford trying to wait for the perfect moment. I'm guessing right around 85th minute, 86, somewhere in there, for Nazmi Abadawi to take a bow. A well-deserved one at that.
The hat trick still on Dean, so I think, yeah, you push it as long as you can.
Abadawi coming all the way back. I mean, he has evolved as a triple threat pivot, 10-8-6 combined all in one. And today showing that he can also be the 9 if you need it, showing his goal scoring ability.
Yeah, that's it. He can sit deep and break things up and show his maturity and intelligence. But he's still got that Frank Lampard-esque ghosting into the box ability that he's had throughout his career, right, Dean? You've seen a few goals, I think, over the years.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. He really nailed it. Arriaga got off to a bright start, has been out for quite some time. John Bradford telling me yesterday that he was going to play, and was good to see him back ready to go, as he played well before being injured.
Yeah, there's some competition for places, right?
Well, you talk about licking your lips. Robbie Christo, who had been in good form out of this one, he would have loved to be in this one with it being wide open.
Yeah, and I remember Austin DeLuse's retirement game a couple of years ago. I think Christo was the man there. I think he got the second, I think, to clinch that big win. That gave him a shot in the playoffs for the end of the season as well, so. That's it, Thorne Simpson. These got Thorne Simpson and Arriaga both have a chance to lay stake to a claim for a starting spot, and obviously we know one's going to be up for grabs with Nazmi kind of dropping out of this lineup. Certainly not on performance, right? He'd be back in there without question.
Oh, you know it. 71st minute. We have had a couple injuries, so we will have a lot more than the 1 minute we had in the first half of added time.
That and the substitutions as well. We've had a few of those, right?
Yep.
It's about how they manage the game now for NCFC. As much as we'd love to see more goals, I think Coach Bradford would look to see how they can show some maturity now and how they manage this last 20 minutes or so.
Arriaga, one of the subs. And now another sub coming. Steedman, who just joined the team a couple weeks ago. And here it is. This is the moment. And it looks like Nazmi Abadawi is going to give it to Malik Mbai. And they're going to play the video now up on the screen. That's special.
Yeah, and we're seeing here on the footage, obviously, he's getting a high five, a hug, a thank you from all the players. Special captain, special player. Like we were talking about, I remember Austin DeLuze walking off, Dean, and that gave me chills. I'm getting them again tonight, and I don't think it's the weather.
Caught a lot of games, met a lot of special people, and Nazmi Abadawi, he's got to be at the top of it. I mean, just, I have never heard anyone say a bad word about that man.
Find him, Dean, and I'll come and sort him out.
Yeah, it's not possible.
No. No, it was a good embrace between him and John Bradford, known each other a long time.
Wow, touch of class actually for John Bradford with a 4-1 lead. And Nazmi Abadawi, already as brilliant as you can be in your final game, to go ahead and, I'm even getting emotional, let him soak it in a little bit more, right?
Yeah. Let him get his bearings for what he's going to say at the end of the game, right? And they'll hope for a very, very quiet last 20 minutes or so here, just playing around the halfway line. They'd take that, I think, right now. We've got the goals for Al Badawi. They're in front. The script has been fulfilled, but the way this game's gone, you wouldn't be surprised if there's a few twists and turns still to come.
74th minute. The great Nazbi Abadawi with a brilliant send-off. Nice touch of class to play that video as he walks off, Fujiwara. And they'll say deflected. It'll be a corner kick. Corner kick, New England Revolution 2. Fujiwara. High hanging ball, won by Simpson. Spalding, a rocket shot there, but not on frame, as Holiday was leading. Good shot from Spalding.
Yeah, it just bounces out to him. Little touch off the chest. Connects really well with it, but to be fair to Holiday in goal, he looked like he had that right post covered.
Holiday. Simpson whistled there. Not sure why. He was confused, but referee, who's been solid tonight, had a good look. Pearson. Pearson has been in the right spot tonight. So basically, I could hear what the referee said actually to Simpson. He's putting his arms around as he's checking back. So whistle twice for that.
Yeah. He's trying to secure the ball. He's trying to make an impact on the game. Still time for that though. Oh, that looked a bit petulant there from Presley.
Flores goes
Crack
down.
at the shins. Is he getting away without a card there, Dean?
Looks like it. I'm not sure the referee got the best look at it.
It's a sore one for Flores.
North Carolina FC returning to Wakefield Center.
Oh, that hurts, yeah.
He's not near the ball. In slow motion, I don't think I saw the petulance that I saw in live time, but I could be wrong. I'm a good. What's the distance here, Dean? 50 yards away.
WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium, Cary, North Carolina, the home to North Carolina FC and the home to Nazbi Abadawi. His final game, as brilliant as they can be. 2 goals, including one where he ran with it a long time, and like you said, normally Ertl would get it, but it's Nazbi's night, and on Nazbi's night, it went in the back of the net.
Don't think the goalkeeper knew that either, so unfortunately for him, now he does know.
Wow, I feel like when you think about some of the stories I shared that Nazbi asked me to share, and at the end of the day being about the fans and the kids, I do feel like everybody here will remember this game, right, from Nazbi Abadawi. They'll remember it. If they knew him, they'll remember it forever.
Yeah. I was thinking about how do I get one of those number 10 shirts, Dean, because those are going to be collector's items moving forward.
Indeed. Yeah, it'll be very special, the next person to wear that number 10. When he came back from Cincinnati, he, again, showed a touch of class. Ben Spees was wearing number 10, and he didn't ask for it back. Eventually, Ben did give it back the next season. Steedman waiting at the top of the 18 as we're in minute 78. We're going to have, I'm going to guess, at least 4 minutes of added time, if not more. Read perfectly there by Martinez.
great composure. He cushioned the volley down to a waiting Arriaga. Good play from Martinez.
Using Holiday. Holiday booms it to Simpson, who chests it down to Pearson. Pearson, short of that one sort of reckless tackle, has been a destroyer at that holding mid.
Yeah, and I think back to a couple of weeks ago, Dean, when you and I were together calling a game. He was fantastic on that day too. He's such a important influence there at the pivot position, trying to break things up and allow the front five to do the work in front of him.
Yeah, I feel like we were talking about what he would look like carrying the football, because he's so strong, right?
Yeah, and covers so much ground. I'd love to see his statistics of the distance he covers, and he's a one-man field.
Yeah, he really is. This is trouble here as Rennick's tried to play it to himself. Fisher with the clearance. Fisher done right by his teammates after that first mistake to give Revs 2 that 1-0 lead. Simpson will lose it, and Spalding is fouled there by Arriaga. Now Arriaga's going to get a card. For the whistle, and now Revs 2. They've got a whole lot of wood to chop here, and let's see if we see the urgency. They also have some youngsters out there. Spalding across. Spalding, as it turns out, a good one to highlight here off the top for the Revs. He's been good. Far side looking for Spalding, and Holiday with an unbelievable save. Wow, we'll have to get another look at that on how that did not go in the back of the net. Frame. Wow, Spalding headed it perfectly, but I think Holiday made a big-time save. Is that how you saw it?
Absolutely, yes. Peter Schmeichel-esque. He made himself so big. And it was great play from New England Revolution. We'll see it again here. It's a great ball from Fujiwara. Just clips it to the back post, and there's Spalding, diving header.
Oh my.
And he just makes himself nice and big, keeps that left arm out nice and straight, and flicks an arm at it and forces it wide. And he's done well in a couple of those moments. He's just got that wingspan, right, that you want as a goalkeeper is huge. And, you know, making his whatever 5th, 6th, 7th appearance of the season, Dean. I don't have the stats in front of me here. But he's just showing such maturity, and you can see why he's so highly rated here.
And he's only 15.
When you think Maguire, what a great goalkeeper Maguire is. And,
yeah.
And if Maguire is able to accept that position that, hey, he's going to play today, then you've got to understand what a talent he is.
Yeah, Maguire has been solid and has been great about helping the development of this youngster, who, again, is just 15, Holiday. And Holiday getting ready and getting set again.
And he covers so much of the goal. I mean, whether he's 15 or 35, he's a presence in there. And you and I have joked, Dean, he's been 15, I feel, for 3 years. But he's just such a talent.
Yeah, I ran into Gary Butte, the CEO of North Carolina FC, and he reminded me, hey, Dean, he's not 16, he's 15. I'm like, still 15? And just like your reaction, and it'll come back here as once again the whistle against Simpson. Simpson a little frustrated, understandably.
Yeah, it's not quite going his way yet. A few touches and decisions and things. Sometimes I think with a striker like Simpson, sometimes he's looking to try and make an impact, and sometimes you try a little bit too hard and things don't go your way. Sometimes you've got to relax a little.
This is just the third game for Holiday.
Third game, there you go.
His first start at home.
Wow, first start at home, Dean. Wow. You would not know it, would you?
No.
This is the thing. Maybe me at my age of 37, Dean, you know, I get a bit nervous about things these days, you know. But when you're 15, you just, whatever it is, they just seem to take to it like a duck to water. They don't have the wisdom and the knowledge that we have, Dean, right, at our grand old age.
That's a good thing.
Exactly. Oh, to be young again.
Yeah. Special night. Final night for Nasby Abadawi, and first home start for Holiday. Frame also been good. Coan outstanding. JT Kamara, really good. Here's Simpson, doesn't get whistled this time as the referee has been all over Simpson. 84th minute. Frame grabbing a little bit of jersey there, trying to stay with it. The shield, and as it rolls out of bounds, we'll tell you about the USL Academy. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent and helping players transition to their USL senior teams. For more information, visit usl-academy.com. Martinez comes in with a purpose.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Dean. He's challenged for the ball. The referee giving Martinez a little bit of a talking to.
So Renix shakes it off. Minute 85. And looks like John Bradford, Mike McGinty, and the coaching staff going to bring in a few more youngsters here. O'Farrell, who has started a couple games, is going to come on. Another one of those young academy players. Here's Spalding. Spalding trying to spin Martinez. Great tackle from Martinez as he'll knock it out of bounds. '86th minute. Fisher climbing the ladder. And right now, North Carolina FC bending just a little bit, absorbing some pressure, but it's still 4-1 in favor of the home side. The Kerr is also going to come on, wearing number 34. As more and more of these young players getting incredible opportunities, which was part of the reason why Steve Malik and Kirk Johnson made this decision. So O'Farrell's going to come on for Frame. Coan, another masterful game, got a goal as well. Rohit Thakur, who comes in, just 17 years old, played for the NCFC Academy for 3 years, named ECNL Mid-Atlantic Conference Best 11 and Player of the Year. So another one under 18 out on the field here for John Bradford. Special indeed. Spalding going to try to run this one down and can't.
And it looks like NCFC just going to slot O'Farrell in there, maybe as a right-sided centre-back of a 3. Just try and shut things down with a back 5 for the last 8 minutes or so here.
Yep.
Is what I'm guessing. I'm trying to do my math here, Dean.
No, you nailed it. You got the 2 Nelsons on the wings and Malik Mbai in the middle, and the 2 youngsters, Fisher on his left and O'Farrell on his right. Well done, Andrew. Revs 2 into the 18, and Holiday parries it away. It was right at his head, and he parries it away and starts the attack here with the parry as they try to find Simpson. Revs 2, minute 88. Overlapping run to go out of bounds. I want to thank our crew: Kyle Lang, Savannah Revel, Morgan Russell, Ian Lang, Brian Ware, Cam Newworth. With me is Andrew Tate. I'm Dean Linke. Delighted to be with you for the final game for the face of the franchise, Nazmi Abadawi, who gets the brace in his final game. And just as important to Nazmi, he's going to get the win, right? 3 points in his final game.
Yeah, the goals wouldn't matter to Nazmi. It's always been about the team, something bigger than himself.
Spalding continues to work it. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ plus community through the Forever Proud project. The USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forward-forever-proud. Minute 89, Holiday not in a hurry, understandably. Simpson. Boy, Thakur was on. He wanted that one played in. There he is now. He stays back on. What can he do? Takes a shot, stays with it. Now Steedman. Steedman. Little has it. Minute 90. What do you think, 5?
That was my guess when I was throughout, I think 8 minutes when it was 86. I was trying to figure out what my math. Yeah, 5 minutes I'm going with Dean.
Okay.
Just to let Nazmi in, soak it in for a few more.
Well said. Revs 2, trying to pull at least one back. Pearson with the cleanup. Simpson checks back. No contact, so he'll get it out wide right to Martinez. And you're right, 5 in the back here with this 3-goal lead. And this one is over. You can see the body language of the Revs too as well. They know it too.
Yeah. I was just looking back, Dean. We were here for the 4 minutes.
So now we may have an even score just about here.
Got to try and find a red herring here to win the contest.
There you go.
He's offside there, yeah. No, I was just saying, Dean, we were here a few weeks back for the 4-0 Richmond win for NCFC, and I remember a period at the start of the second half where I was looking down at Coach John Brav, and he wasn't pulling his hair out. I think he'd given up on that, but there was nothing he could do. There was just a barrage of attacks and chances that should have led to multiple goals for Richmond. But I think today he's probably going to be happy with the performance against a team as strong as New England Revolution, but just the way they've managed the game. You know, a couple of saves obviously from Nick Holliday in goal, but you'd expect that, I think. But they've looked very, very assured and comfortable with what they're doing.
Yeah, that's really excellent capper on pointing out that Holliday has needed to make some big saves, and he's done just that. And Holliday knew that it was going to be a goal kick here. We are in extra time. And as we take a look at that, that means about 3 minutes or so remaining in the career of Nazmi Al-Badawi, sitting on the bench now with those 2 goals. Wouldn't be surprised if they play that video one more time as a capper here.
I think a real pleasing thing for Nazmi is these kids that he's helped bring through this year, how mature and what a performance they put on for him tonight. I think that was one thing in talking to some of the coaches. Just, you know, I was talking, how much has this week's preparation been about New England Revolution and, you know, looking to do certain things. And it's really, they said the big thing that this week's been about, or today's game and the preparation leading up, was about trying to send Nazmi Al-Badawi off with a performance and a result that he deserved. So I think each player to a man has been a credit to that effort. And, you know, look at Britton Fisher, right? Nazmi Al-Badawi's made some mistakes in his career, and I think Britton Fisher will be the first one to hold his hands up and say, in the first goal, you know, that's on me. And he's been fantastic at the back ever since that moment where he made that mistake.
He really has. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this one. North Carolina FC. 3 big points. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's going to be tough without Al-Badawi, but crazier things have happened. Somehow you get some confidence, you get on a run, you run the table. Easier said than done, I get it. And there's some good teams in USL League One. Popped in there. Revs switch it. Revs may not be done here. Still in the 18. Little touch over. And the youngsters step up. O'Farrell. Now the counter. Looking to find Simpson. Pearson with another cleanup. You're right about Pearson. I mean, not only has he done the running, but he looks like he could run 3 times as much. I mean, he does it with ease.
Yeah, I was just thinking there, Dean. Good luck picking a man of the match. I mean, I think we all know who we'd have to give it to today, right?
Yeah, of course.
But, I mean, just the performance, 1 to 11.
Yeah, you could give it to everybody wearing a blue jersey, the coaching staff, the entire organization here. There's one more chance for the Revs. Looks like the referee is going to let the Revs take this corner kick, and then I'm expecting the whistle after this corner kick here, Andrew Tate. So I'll let you ponder some deep thoughts here after this corner. Off the head of Simpson.
I'm just anticipating my drop to...
Oh, and almost got in there. Holiday near post, and he's fired up. And Holiday flying in the air. That one looked like it was going in, as it's looking like the referee's going to give it to 5 minutes. How does he touch that?
Oh my gosh, what a save.
Yeah.
Not done yet. Here we go.
The future is bright, and still pinging around and by, and there's the whistle. The youngster at 15, Holiday, and of course the swan song for the great Nazmi Abadawi, the captain, the face of the franchise. Not 1 but 2 goals in his final game for the club.
You've said it, Dean. I mean, what a performance. We all knew coming here there was going to be an interesting night, but to score 2 goals, to play in the manner that he did, for the teammates around him, the young boys playing like men, fantastic performance and a fantastic result, and I'm sure the next few minutes here will be a great send-off for him, and he can look back on this moment as another highlight in his career. Just hopefully he'll get the warmth and appreciation that he deserves from everyone involved with the franchise.
Nazmi Abadawi scoring the first one, and how about this one here?
I mean, the run from the halfway line for a man in his early 30s is impressive, and then to get the strike, and it's all about getting in between those posts, and then the keeper's going to make the save, and on that count, he wasn't equal to the effort from Nazmi, and a great goal.
With all the love in his heart, the fans will forever